Okay, so this individual, Alexis, posted a 6-part story time about her wedding planner on TikTok, and of course, it all went horribly, horribly wrong. This is a long video. I'm going to be talking throughout. I want to hear your opinions. Perhaps my opinion will change throughout as well. It's always the wedding ones that get me a little bit heated because I just feel like as a vendor providing a service on a very, very important day, you should be a little bit more, you should be super professional, super on time, super everything because it's a stressful day for everyone. So this might annoy me a little bit. Subscribe if you haven't already. But before we get into today's video, I just want to thank Bellesa again for sponsoring today's video. You know Bellesa already. So get this, they are sending out free toys to literally everyone who signs up to my giveaway in the link below. Yes, everybody. You know Bellesa by now. They are the #1 company for all things sexual wellness. And they have something new for you. Let me show you. Meet the Whisper Collection, the world's first silent toys. And Bellesa's new Whisper Tech line means you never have to choose between power and discretion. That's genius, right? Okay, listen to this. Exactly. Nothing. Not a peak, not a sound, even if I turn it up. Not only are these toys aesthetically pleasing, but they're also very, very powerful and also completely silent. We don't know how they do it. That's science. I'm not a scientist. Okay, so let me break down this new line for you. We have a Whisper Bullet. It's tiny, inaudible, but the power is insane. There are 5 speeds. And look how tiny this is. It's the size of my finger. That can fit in any bag, any luggage, wherever you want it. You've seen her briefly already. We have the Whisper Vibe. This stimulates a certain spot, if you know what I'm saying. Can't say because YouTube doesn't want me to. But it is the quietest stimulation out there on the market with 6 different speeds. And then we have the Whisper Rabbit. These are so soft. 6 different speeds with independently adjustable stimulators. Like this one and this one. All soft and all completely silent. So anyone who signs up to my giveaway using the link below will either get one of the free viral suction rose toys or a free Whisper Vibe with any Whisper purchase. And yes, this is the same rose toy that blew up on TikTok for good reasons. So use that link below to get your free toy today. Thank you Bellesa for sponsoring today's video. And don't forget, free toys for everyone. That's everyone who signs up using that link. Use that link. Okay, back to it. Okay, let's get into this video.
My husband and I just got married June 7th, 2025, and we were completely scammed by our so-called wedding planner.
Wait, we have pictures here. Okay, so we have some pictures. This is the outdoor bar area, which is a cute idea. And this is what they got. It's kind of half an IKEA bookshelf with some picture frames with some wallpaper in. Oh, and there seems to be all kinds of smashed. Okay, so this is going to go horribly wrong.
We were the first victims in her whole entire scheme, and now there are over 10 other brides who have come forward with weddings after ours with the same exact stories, the same exact lies, the same exact excuses. I want to start off by saying the biggest part of this all that was the most shocking was she had no-showed for our rehearsal and for our wedding. Texted us the morning of the wedding saying her 3-year-old son was going into emergency surgery and she was not able to attend the wedding. Just for us to find out that not only did she double book our wedding day, but she literally triple booked our wedding day. She promised.
How do you triple book? Okay, let's talk about that for a second. How do you triple book? Oh, double booking? I can kind of see, okay, wow, you really got some mistakes made. What? You really made, not an easy mistake, but you made a mistake. Triple booking. And here's the deal. When you're wedding planning, you are constantly thinking about the dates. This needs to be here by this date. This needs to be done by this date. So you're planning 3 weddings and on the day you've only just noticed, or it turns out you've triple booked. That can't be a mistake. Also, using the kid, and I know this is going to be an excuse, using the kid going to the emergency room as an excuse, no.
So it's all the same decor, the same rentals, and that she would be there, you know, leading our wedding day as she was the only one any of us had discussed our wedding with and how it was supposed to be, knowing that she could never be in 3 places at one time. The main selling point for all of us who have fallen victim to her scheme is her beautiful decor that she advertises.
Okay, Okay, that's cute. So is that a seating chart? How's that a seating chart? I'm not sure. Really cute. And look, the advertising is pretty nice. It's like, oh, it's kind of earthy and crafty. You know that kind of wedding Pinterest board where it's like everything's handmade, but it's like not at all. Cute, cute. It's all
We have
nice.
since learned that majority of her pictures and her advertisements on her social media were stolen from other creators across the United States. Shout out Google Reverse. You know,
Right.
That's false advertising. Oh, and one other major part I forgot to include was that she blocked us, my husband and I, in the middle of our wedding.
No.
Yeah. And if that doesn't show guilt, I don't know what does.
Right.
I apologize, but I'm going to have to make another part or even a couple more parts to this because there is still so much that needs to be shared about what she did to myself and all the other brides because she needs to be held accountable. She's currently refusing to give any of us a refund, and that is just not right. We paid for premium services, and what we got was far opposite of that. The first thing I want to clarify is that excuse that she made up about her son getting emergency surgery was a lie. That was a complete lie.
Yeah.
Like I said.
Oh, you can't just flash things up for 0.5 of a second, ma'am. Okay, so this message says, hi, this is, I guess, the wedding planner's name. I wanted to send you a quick text instead of calling because I wasn't sure what time you were getting up and didn't want to wake you. My team is currently loading up and headed your way with all the decor for Alexis's wedding. Brandon, Cameron, and Anthony will be there to help decorate. Brandon and Cameron will be running point as the lead planners for today. Unfortunately, I won't be able to attend the wedding myself. My 3-year-old son is having emergency surgery this morning due to complications from his leg fracture. He developed swelling and an infection under the cast, and since the break is close to his growth plate, they need to operate right away. This was completely unforeseen, and I'm so sorry I won't be there. That said, my team is fully prepared and knows the plan inside out. I trust them completely. Okay, and they also have direct access to me by phone if anything comes up. I was going to say, as long as she has a team that can do the job just as well as she can, it's not the end of the world. Is it annoying that she can't make it? Sure, but if this was a real excuse, at least there is backup and planning. Fine.
She booked 3 weddings on the same day, and she actually attended 1. Bride 1 was booked in October, Bride 2 was booked in November, and Bride 3 was booked in December, all back to back to back. The wedding she chose to attend was bride number 1. That means she took calls with me for 7 months, knowing that she was never going to attend and acted like she was going to be there. How do you make that mistake? How do you book 3 weddings on one day?
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, pause. Okay, so this is another text, I think it says, all I can do at this point is say I'm sorry. No, you can refund. Refunds are also great. But anything that causes you stress on your wedding day, for some reason is fine. The dates were not in my phone. I made a mistake. Yeah, but when you're wedding planning, you are hiring props and things like that. People for a particular date. So surely it clicks in your mind at some point, wait a minute, I need these props, you know, scenery, whatever it's called, decor, to be in 3 different places at one time. Surely that came into your mind. I made a mistake. I think using my phone as my only calendar to record dates was a mistake on my part. I should be using paper to record dates. That's got nothing to do with anyone. The mistake was not noticed until it was too late. But how? If you're on the phone to your brides, including one of the brides whose wedding you are not going to attend, how are you planning things for the same date and not noticing? I know probably means nothing to you at this point. I'm so sorry. My son did break his leg. Don't care. Honestly, if I'm getting married, I don't give a shit about your child. I'm sorry. It's my fucking day. I'm sorry, Alexis. I never wanted this to happen. Shelves got damaged on transport, and then we tried to fix the situation by doing the flat board with shelves, just so there was something. I wasn't sure if it would upset you, because at first you wanted to use the venues bar. I get I made your day terrible. I just want you to be aware. I'm getting death threats. No, you're not. And I don't know if I really deserve that. How do I know you won't take it down or repost it after I give you the money? We'll talk about death. Listen, we've touched on this before. The whole death threat thing. People who have done something shitty and then get called out and people are like commenting nasty things, they will always say, I'm getting death threats. And you know what? Sometimes they might, but I do not believe half the time that people are getting death threats. A lot of the time it's them trying to say, you need to take it down because people are threatening my life. Okay.
A calendar issue. Oh, so what she's
Right.
learned from this whole entire thing is that she should be using a paper calendar. She had told me from day one that she and her husband would be leading our wedding day, and the proof that I have is that I asked for their meals, and you can see here they picked out their meals for our wedding. Another thing I want to clarify is that she did actually send in staff. She sent in 2 people, just to find out, though, that those 2 people are actually just her friends. They have tons of Facebook pictures together. She made
Oh.
it seem like they work under her business.
Well, that's fine. She might have employed her friends. It might be a business that she's paying them for. Just because they're friends, it doesn't necessarily mean they don't work for their business. My friends work with me.
But then weeks later, she turns around and says, I hired 2 employees to work that day. And I
They
could
can
have
still be
not have
employees.
hired anyone to come. Here's that text message.
If I give you a refund, will you please take down your reviews and stop hate messages everywhere? I understand you're upset, but I could have not hired anyone to come. I was trying to fix the situation. I hired 2 employees to work that day. Brandon has worked weddings with me before and thought he could handle it. I'm a newer planner and still learning. I made one day off mistake. I feel terrible. Your day was so bad. I was trying to protect my mental health. What? I have strangers giving me death threats. I'm very scared. I have been crying all day, throwing up. I feel terrible for your day. So send the fucking money. Let's get this over with. Refund somebody who has spent thousands and thousands and thousands. I'm sorry, listen, I'm excluding the fact that this person is an individual. You have taken it upon yourself to run a business, provide a service to people for a very important day of their lives. If this was a birthday, still annoying, but you know what? You have a birthday every fucking year until you die, right? This is a wedding day. This is something people remember for the rest of their lives. You whining and complaining, I hate it when businesses, you may be one person, but nobody cares about your personal life as a customer. I know that sounds really, what's the word, mean? But no, they don't. I don't buy something from Sephora and wonder what the owner's daily life is going, or wonder if their kid's in hospital. I don't give a shit if their mum has fallen over. You know what I mean? Or if their dad has had a fishing accident. I don't care. When you get caught out for being shit, stop making your personal life and your personal problems as a business owner so public. Suck it up. Correct the mistake so your business still has some integrity. You get a negative review, that's fine. Fix it with a positive outcome. This really annoys me. If you do not have the mental capacity to own a business or be a business, don't fucking start one.
I want to talk about the wedding. I want to talk about everything that went wrong the day of the wedding leading up to the wedding.
Let's do it.
Our venue had a bridesmaid suite and a groomsman suite on site, so we were at the venue the whole entire day just witnessing everything go down. Let's talk about the bar. We were promised 2 beautiful bars, so we hired an extra bartender. This is what we ordered, and this is what we got.
So we did see this before. You can kind of see... I mean, this picture is photoshopped with these panels, obviously. And these tables are really cute. They're like stand tables. This is pretty bad. It's not even the same color. This is like an orangey, salmony pink. This is more like a pastel pink. And the shells, you know, when people order these kind of shells, they want those arches because the arches is the vibe. This is a display shelf from, like, I think I used to have these cabinets from IKEA. And they just haven't put the sides on.
That freaking top of that bar, are you kidding me?
Forgot to say, oh my god, you need to leave stuff up for more than half a second. I forgot to say, they said the second shelf broke on the way and they didn't have 2 bars. They also tried to fix the bar top by wrapping it in a black tablecloth.
Bar was deemed unusable. It was not pretty. It was not. We had to have the venue pull out their stock bar. Let's talk about the seating chart. I told her to duplicate a seating chart that she had sent me.
Cute.
And it's not what we got.
Those pictures are really photoshopped, right? It's like they've just popped the thing in a crowd of people. That's not terrible. I mean, okay, let me just look in here. Listen, that's obviously a really Photoshop picture. The crowd is see-through. Sorry, you can't hear me. Okay, It's a plank of wood with shelves on and some decor and some lights.
And it's not what we got at all.
Okay, is it just me or is that really similar? Is that very similar? The lights are here, the seating chart. I mean, it might not be exactly what she paid for, but I'm not seeing the difference.
Names were supposed to be alphabetical, so not by table, alphabetical. They showed up by table. I sent her a Google Excel with all the names in alphabetical order. Double and triple checked that all the names were spelled correctly. Seating chart comes, there's names missing, and there's a lot of spelling errors. Also, table 7 and 8 were nowhere to be found. That was not included in the stuff that was brought to the venue. They were supposed to be in a half-sheet, frameless picture frame type thing. They showed up full sheet in a very cheap, ugly picture frame with some unapproved floral artwork on the sheets. Never a discussion. There was red paint splattered on the pink seating chart. And the vinyl and the title were crooked and not spaced correctly. And then the seating chart collapsed.
Oh. Okay, it's very... Okay, I see all the tiny details that's just saying now. And, you know, it may seem like minuscule, but when you're getting married and you have all these things, like, I want these flowers, I want this color, it's very specific. And all you have to do is match or go with what they say they want, right? It's pretty easy.
Breaking all the flowers, all the flower vases that were my florist, all the picture frames, all the sheets inside the picture frames were then soaked from the water from the vases. There was broken glass all over the ground. Bless my husband's groomsmen because they went to the store in their suits to go remake a whole entire seating chart. It was just poor quality, hence the reason why it collapsed, even though they are claiming it was from the wind. There was no wind that day. It was the most beautiful weather.
If you are making an outside structure, surely you think, will the wind blow this over? Will the wind blow over something that has shelves on and flowers and glass?
And day ever. My wedding planner scammed me and a dozen other brides, part 4. We hired her for her premium event planning, which was the highest level, which included wedding planning, use of all of her decor and inventory, and also day of coordination. We went through her catalog and picked out numerous items. Another big reason we booked her is because her catalog showed she had gold silverware. She advertised that she had 350 sets, which she then later on told me she actually only had 300. Since we had 168 guests, I had asked her to bring all the extra that she had so we could use the extra forks for dessert for the people who wanted dessert.
Okay, it's just her saying all the sets. That's kind of shit. I didn't know the wedding planner organizes the cutlery too. I thought that was just a restaurant hotel thing.
Her catalog showed a full set. We don't need the spoon, but we do need the 2 forks, a salad and an entree fork. Also the knife. Day of the wedding, 1 fork and a knife showed up. So we didn't even get the full set. And the extra forks were never received. So we actually had to send a guest out to buy forks for dessert. After I had conversations with the 2 other June 7th brides, the reason why we fell short of gold forks was because she had promised all 3 of us gold silverware. Next, I want to talk about the chandeliers. She had advertised all these big, beautiful chandeliers on her Instagram and social media pages, which caught our eye and we wanted to use. The chandeliers came the wedding day and got set up, and there were pieces dangling and falling on the ground. Chandeliers got set up pretty last minute, so this was one thing we ended up still using and not being able to fix because we simply just ran out of time. What's actually funny about the chandeliers is she had actually tried to defend herself in the comments on Facebook, trying to say the chandeliers were fixed before the reception. And I responded back with a picture from our photographer with the chandeliers still dangling and falling apart while all the guests are seated for reception and when we were doing our grand entrance.
Yeah, you can see those bits just falling off.
Another part of the story is the charger plates. Again, in her catalog, I had picked out a charger plate, and then this is what we got. They actually arrived with all the tags still stickered on them. Charger plates were clear, so they obviously needed...
But anyone doesn't know, the charger plate is that decorative plate that you have under your main plate, so you don't eat off it, it's just for decor.
To be removed, sat there with blow dryers trying to get all the price tags off of them.
Oh my god.
And 3 different types actually arrived, and they were all dirty. They needed to be Windexed before being placed, which ended up being placed by my mom. So obviously with all of these mess ups, this created a ton of chaos and stress during the day. We had our bridesmaids, our groomsmen, our family, florists, our other vendors running around scrambling, trying to pick up all the broken pieces and pull everything off. My mom was setting the tables with the chart.
She's just put a note here saying things we hired a wedding planner to do, and they were asking our mums where things were every 5 minutes and pulling them in every direction. Oh.
Plates, she was laying out the menus and name tags. Because it was pure chaos and running around all day, this created a massive delay in our schedule. A lot of things that were supposed to happen didn't end up happening, which is really sad. For example, we decided we were not doing a first look, so we were going to do all the bridesmaids pictures ahead of the ceremony. Ended up not having time to do the bridesmaids pictures, which then had to be done after the ceremony. We had extended out our cocktail hour for an hour and a half, so that way we could attend cocktail hour for a little bit. But with the pictures being pushed back, we weren't able to make our cocktail hour at all. There's also a lot of family gifts that we wanted photographed that ended up not happening because we simply ran out of time, and we actually had to do a lot of the family gifts Sunday morning after the wedding. Another one of her tasks was to ensure the schedule ran on time and efficiently, which obviously didn't happen the day of, but also during the wedding got delayed. We had discussed that the salads were supposed to be served during speeches, and they were not. The caterer didn't start passing out the salads until after speeches, and we obviously didn't have her on site to be able to go back there and...
Is it normal to have food happening during the speeches? I know, like, drinks and stuff, but I didn't think it was food during, like maybe have your starter and then a break and then the food, but I didn't think it was normal. I don't think that's a good idea. No offense to this person.
Tell them, hey, the salads are supposed to be served right now. So that again caused a delay in the party and the dance floor started. What I have the hardest time with, and the thing that upsets me most looking back, is just all that lost time spent with our family and friends. You know, it's your wedding day. It's a once-in-a-lifetime day. You're supposed to be spending that good quality time with your closest friends and family.
Yeah.
And it just didn't happen. And unfortunately, those moments are moments like we will never get back, and that's what hurts the most in all of this. Part 5 is up now. In this part, I discuss what we did post-wedding, the steps we took to try to get our money back, and some of our conversations with receipt proof. I'm going to talk about this.
Let's have a little catch up here. Everything is going wrong on this wedding day. So where are the two people she sent? Where are these people she sent? Shouldn't they be the ones going out and buying things and you know, fixing their own props? Their own scenery, whatever it's called. I'm going to keep referring to them as props. Shouldn't they be the ones taking stickers and labels of things rather than the people that are paying for the service?
Steps we took attempting to get our money back, which hasn't gotten us anywhere. First things first, we were blocked at some point during the wedding. We're unsure when, but all I know is that when I got my phone back on me, we were blocked on social media.
So she blocked, so before they could even say anything about it or speak to her even, she blocked them? Why?
All social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Immediately following the wedding, we left for our honeymoon, and we didn't want this to consume our happy time, so we didn't really deal with any of it until we got back. We had assumed, or we had thought we would hear from her, at least offering an apology, but that never came. I actually take that back. We actually heard from her one time on our honeymoon. That was her sending us content videos from our wedding. But what's so funny about the content videos is she actually posted them on her Instagram advertising our wedding when she literally has the bride and groom blocked. When we got back from the honeymoon, we sent a demand letter requesting a full refund and outlining all the things that went wrong and how disappointed we were. At the time we sent the demand letter, we actually had not known about the second wedding nor the third wedding that was booked on our day. So then I crafted up a message and had my sister text it to her because I had assumed at that point my phone number was also blocked if I was blocked on all socials. This is what it said.
Yeah. Hello. It takes a special kind of professional to do what you did. The emergency surgery for your son's story was a nice touch, almost believable. Until I had a phone call with, I guess, another bride. Today, you know, your other June 7th bride, and suddenly everything makes sense. Gosh, you know, you double booking our wedding day crossed our minds, but we really didn't think someone would go as low to make up such an awful story about their 3-year-old son to use as an excuse for poor planning. You took phone calls with me, discussed my wedding, and spoke as you would be present. Spoke as if you would be present. Ruining the biggest day of my life, when really you knew all along from the day I hired you that you had already made other commitments for the same day. knowing you could not be in two places at once. A letter was dropped off at your home, formally demanding a full refund. Just so we are clear, the letter is not a joke or bluff, and I advise you to take it seriously. If our money is not returned by the given deadline, we will be pursuing legal action. Blocking us on social media doesn't make this go away and does not silence us. It just confirms you know exactly what you did, yeah. Consider this your one chance to do the bare minimum and make this somewhat right. Correct. All of that correct.
And as you would have guessed it, we got no response to that. He just tried to defend themselves the whole time, and the conversation ended, and we're going to speak with our attorney tomorrow.
There was a little message on the screen that said they did get a phone call from her, but nothing really came out from it.
You will probably hear back from us following day, in which we didn't. Were our text messages following.
Can you be available for 12:30 for a call since you never got back to us Wednesday as you had said you would? My apologies, I'm not free today, but I can do evening tomorrow, anytime after 6 works. Let me know what works for you. Also, when you sent the letter, there were 2 copies in the mailbox, but one had no postage on it. Did you or someone you know put that in my mailbox? Just tell me a name, and are you and another name going to be doing anything at all to make this right? I appreciate your prompt response on this matter.
I didn't get a response back to those last couple messages. That's when I decided it's time to post my review. So I went onto Google, posted it on Google under her business page, and it was immediately taken down within minutes afterward. Not just my review, but her whole entire Google page. She then tried to repost her Google page, and I posted it again, and then it got taken down again. That went back and forth a couple times. Then I had my sister-in-law post it on their Facebook page since I was blocked, and she was then blocked immediately following. Since we couldn't get my review to stay up anywhere, that's when I posted it on my personal Facebook page, and then that's when the text messages started flowing in. That's also when all the other brides who had used her from the point of my wedding until my review started all reaching out as well.
I will give you a refund. Can you please stop bashing me online? I did the best I could. If you can't do the best in general, don't try. If you're charging someone for it. Not in life. That's a bad life lesson. If you're charging someone for something, you should be good at it. I have 2 kids, Alexis. If not for me, for them. I don't care about your kids. I never wanted your day to go this badly. I'm sorry, I worked really hard. Please don't do this to me. Please, I'm begging you. I'll just get back to you, just talking with someone now. Please, Alexis, I really tried to fix the situation. It was an accident. Things got damaged, and I'm so sorry. I never ever try and make your day go bad. I care about all my clients. Just that. I care about all my clients. I'm so sorry. I'm not good at confrontation. It was one really bad day. I'm so sorry. If you own a business and you need to be good at confrontation, because if stuff goes to shit like this, you are going to be confronted and you should know how to deal with it. It's not confrontation, it's criticism that you didn't take, and you blocked them before you even had the chance to make it right. So this is on you. This is absolutely on you from the get-go. I'd accept a refund via cashier's check. I will have someone meet you tomorrow by 2 p.m. If I give you a full refund, would you please take down your reviews and stop it? And that's what we saw earlier.
Can we also talk about the fact she said, if you're not going to do it for me, do it for my kids, when you are the one who literally lied about your kid being in emergency surgery? The name I have scribbled out in those last messages is bride number 3, who came forward once she saw my Facebook post.
She replies to that message, the one we read earlier, about how she sent her employees. She really tried. Someone... a name. Listen to how you're talking. Still about yourself. Yeah, playing victim. Still shifting the blame, this time on Brandon. It seems like the only reason you're apologizing now is because you're feeling the consequences, and to be honest, you never would have apologized if things hadn't escalated to this point. Were you thinking of your kids when you made up a lie about your 3-year-old needing emergency surgery? Were you thinking of your kids when you promised to be at 3 places at once? And you never considered the repercussions of your actions, and now you're freaking out crying? What about my tears? What about my mum and my mother-in-laws? You had a bad day? What about having a bad day on the biggest day of your life? You didn't make one day a mistake. You made 7 months of mistakes. Yeah, as soon as you took on 2 weddings at once, then even more mistakes when you took the count up to 3. What about myself and our family's mental health, who have been suffering the past month since the wedding happened, thinking about all the time that was supposed to be spent together lost? Tomorrow, we will meet you at the McDonald's. Oh, that'd be nice. On a certain address. It needs to be before 2. Let me know what time you will be there. The post will be removed once the cash or cashier's check is in our hands. Then the wedding planner responds, all I can do at this point is say I'm sorry for anything that caused you stress on your wedding day. For some reason, the dates were not in my phone. Oh yeah.
The picture I have scribbled out is a picture of her son in the hospital, but what I don't think she knows is that if you save the picture into your camera roll, it will actually tell you the date that it was taken. And that picture was taken on May 27th, and our wedding was on June 7th. She then tried to have us sign an NDA in exchange for a refund, in which we were going to consider until she said it was only going to be for a partial refund and not for a full refund, which we then kindly declined, and which you'll see in my next messages.
She says I can provide doctor records if needed. Keeping my prices as cheap as they were made me insanely busy, and I was not able to keep everything straight. I made mistakes, and I'm sorry. I don't plan on doing this ever again. I really wish I could make it better for you, and I know I can't. Would you sign a release of liability and waiver agreement? Is a legal document where one party, the client in this case, agrees not to hold another, the person, responsible for specific actions or events when offering a refund in exchange for content removal. She's basically saying, if you sign this thing and I give you a partial refund, you then agree that none of this was my fault, which it absolutely was. Even still, them just saying, oh yeah, I'll do it for a refund, it was still very much your fault. It doesn't change anything that this was your fault. So that's saying, like, in future, she can't leave bad reviews, she can't say anything negative about what happened, even though it all did very much happen. We are willing to refund you half of what you spent. I hope this can satisfy your contract. I hope this can satisfy our contract. I'm willing to mail it to you with a cashier's check. Where did this contract come from? While I appreciate, sorry, I have to lean in because I can't read from here. While I appreciate your counter offer, there is no discussion to be had other than a full refund. You should take what I'm saying at face value and know that there are only two options. I am giving you: one, a full refund, and two, court. I have not turned around and charged you for all the items my bridal party had to go out and purchase hours before my wedding. In addition, I am not charging you the man hours it took my bridal party and family to rebuild and set up what you and your people didn't. I'm being very generous by allowing you to give me a refund. I can promise you, if this goes to court, there will be more money requested, pain and suffering, as well as a reimbursement cost for all the items we purchased the day of the wedding. The choice is yours. I'm not going back and forth with you again. You have until 2 o'clock today to deliver a cashier's check or for a full refund. I expect the response or will be filing with courts on Monday. She then responds, online, you said you wanted a partial refund, which I am trying to make right. In person is a danger to my safety given I have been sent death threats on my website. I'm trying to make this right. I know you are doing me a grace. I appreciate you so much for that. I am just really scared. I've never gone through anything like this before. All you have to do is give a full refund. For safety reasons and services rendered is our offer. If court is what you feel is right, we will go to court and to counter-sue for defamation and loss of business. When we get summoned, we will show up. You may want to consult a lawyer regarding what defamation of character means. Defamation of character, or simple defamation, occurs when someone publishes a false statement about a person that harms their reputation. It's essentially the act of damaging someone's reputation through false statements, and it can be either written or spoken. My review was completely factual. We will see you in court along with your other brides, seeking the maximum penalty small claims will allow. Then the planner replies, done talking, we'll see you in court. I'll see you in court.
So that's how all communication has been left off. We have yet spoken since those last messages, and we are still attempting to get a refund. We have over a dozen brides now who have reached out, and we've all been in communication. When all these other girls start to come forward with their stories, it's just crazy because we all feel like the new person is just telling our story again. They are all so similar, and it's just a shame how many people have fallen victim to this and how she is refusing to give a single one of us any money back. Okay, ignore the change in outfit. I filmed that yesterday and I'm doing the editing today and forgot to include this part. I also want to throw in there that she also double booked another wedding that's upcoming this weekend, and we helped those two brides put that together. They are now just trying to run away and hide from all the issues that lie ahead of them. Socials have been removed and brought back up multiple times, same as their website. She's also blocked numerous couples who are attempting to get a refund, and those who are speaking up about their stories and experiences they had with her. We had first sent the demand letter around that time. We also spoke with attorneys about the best way to go about all of this. We looked into small claims court and talked to them and got some advice and opinions. What we do know is at least one other bride has filed small claims against her, And as I noted in the last video, we have not filed with small claims because he has told one of the other brides that she is going to be filing for bankruptcy. And in court, since she's protected under an LLC, if she has an open case against her, it will get dropped if you file for bankruptcy. We also filed a police report against her. Many of us have filled out with the Ohio Attorney General and sent in all of our evidence for them, and that's currently under investigation. And the last step that we are currently in the process of is disputing with our credit card company. This may take some time. It says it could be about 60 to 90 days. But this is the one we're really hoping for because this would just be the easiest. I submitted 35 pieces of evidence and documentation to prove my dispute and why we are requesting a dispute. I do know that this process can be a little bit lengthy because they have to review all the evidence. They will then reach out to her and give her the opportunity to submit whatever she may want to submit. And then they would then either rule in her favor or our favor. So fingers crossed, because that would just put an end to all of this, and that would be the easiest.
Yeah, that would be the easiest way. It is so insane to me. It is so insane to me that there are people out there who, like, how are you sleeping at night knowing that all these people, you're gonna owe them money? That is insane. Name them, unless it's for legal reasons. Name this person. You do not want other brides to fall into this trap, and brides still are. I can't believe this person is still offering any kind of service while all this is going on. It is absolutely insane. What do you think should happen? Refund, court, name the person, do you think? Let me know. Honestly, if you are going to provide a service to people on their wedding, in general, but especially on their wedding day, you better make sure it's the best service you have ever given. All right. Hopefully one day we will have a update on this, and I will definitely keep you updated. Subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know your opinions down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.